excuse me. I've just been checking out the fire at Notradam. I've done quite a little bit of research on the internet. Well, let me tell you this first. Notre Dame is it's highly guarded. It's a monument. It's a monument with so much guard there, so many guards, armed guards there, and they check just like say the Houses of Parliament, the London Eye, the Champs-Elysees, um, the Eiffel Tower. They are checked regularly for any sort of faults, for whether it's to do with the iron, fatigue of the iron, fatigue of the electrics. Now they're saying it was electrical fault. It was not electrical fault, believe me. Apparently there was a lot of a certain religion that I can't mention, which I'm sure you know about. I'm not going to mention, but that religion was in the area, and apparently I've come across. Apparently they're saying there was 9, and someone said there was 16, and someone said there was 4. Now, I think 9 would be more the case, because 9 you better clock where they're going, you better get over, climb over wherever you got to climb over, do the electrics. If you know anything about electrics, you just put a few. What you do with electrics, yeah, you can cause a fuse out to make it fuse out and cause a fire. You know, it'll what do you call it? It'll flash. Is it flashing? I think it's called flashing. You take the main fuse out, you put a thin piece of wire there, a lot thinner. Say it was a 60 amp, but it would be a lot more. It'd probably be like a 180 amp fuse. A 60 amp is roughly a house one, so this is going to be a lot higher. Now you put a weaker wire in, and it starts flashing. Is it flashing? I think it's flashing. And then what happens is that will cause a fire, especially if you pack it with paper. Or it mightn't have been that. It could have been a bomb of some sort. And the French police are hiding the fact that the French police are saying it was a fire. It weren't a fire, believe me, it just was not a fire. It might have been a fire, but it was caused deliberately. A deliberate fire. Check your own research out. Check it out, because I went really deep into this, and believe me, it's scary. If you go to, like, just check up European sites of interest, and you will see how much there is, what they do. I mean, the London Eye is constant getting checked. Buckingham Palace is constantly getting checked. St Paul's Cathedral is constantly getting checked. The Eiffel Tower, constantly getting checked. Brooklyn Bridge, constantly getting checked. San Francisco Bridge is constantly getting checked. You know? All the time. If a light goes out on Brooklyn Bridge, it'll get fixed within a day or 2. That's just an example. But it's all happening, and they've done it on purpose. These people who've done that have done it on purpose, knowing that, yeah, that's quite an easy target. Let's either use a bomb, or let's fuse it. Let's flash it so it flashes. You know, it is. That's what it is. Eastern European buildings, even in Budapest. Look at the Moscow Red Square. That is checked and checked and checked all the time. It's checked, and then it's checked again, and then once those checks are finished, they start again and check it. just like they do on all the other European sites. They do it all the time. All the time. French is no difference. And it's funny, they're doing that when the yellow vests are about to riot, or the yellow vests are about to give whatever they can. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I've got epilepsy and this does me a world of good, so I'm sorry guys. Please do not smoke this if you haven't got epilepsy or any sort of illness. That herbal cannabis, weed, skunk, this is lemon, doesn't, if it doesn't help you, don't do it, please. See, I'll have this and I'll have probably, I don't know, 6 blows of it, 7 blows, I'll put it out, and then I'll have another 6, 7 blows, and I'll put it out. But please, please remember what I've just said to you. It's the truth. This is extreme reality truth. You know, it really is. Look at the Leaning Tower of Pisa, for example. They check that every couple of hours. Every hours. They check the Statue of Liberty, even though it's not called the Statue of Liberty. It's not that, it's something else. Well, but most people will know by the Statue of Liberty. They check that all the time. They check the electrics, they check the lot. Now for that iconic piece of history not to be checked and for an electricity fault, I mean, look what happened to what's the names? The richest people in the world. They own all the banks, the British Bank, they own the Fed, they own the Bank of England, they own the Bank of all the countries of the world. They own it all. Not the Rockefellers, although they do owe some in conglomerate with them. They're in with them. What's his name? Oh, bloody hell. I forgot his name. But anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. His land was burnt down, and then a couple of weeks later, the other bit of land was burnt down for insurance. Do you know why? Because in Switzerland, French and the Switzerland border, apparently now there's people who have come forward on this. And there's people who got away. They used to have live shoot people, live killings, and you had so much to run, and you had hunting rifles to hunt them, and you had to get away. You know, and then they had electric cables going round to stop you getting out. But some people actually got out. You know, and when they got out, they had all trucks going round looking for them. You know, and this is all hush hush. The Rothschilds it was. Now, they burnt their place down, and then the place next to them, they burnt that down as well. Unbelievable. Unreal. Because there was a lot of dead bodies there, that's why. You know, now, that was an electrical fault. Yeah, right. It was because there was full of dead bodies there. And they got the dead bodies, and they grind them up, crushed them up, got rid of them somehow. I don't know where, but they got rid of them. But people are saying, oh, come on, that's crap. It's not crap. It really isn't crap. Do some research and you'll find out how evil these motherfuckers are. Sorry for my language. These are evil people. Really evil people. Just look what's going on. I mean, there's a geezer. Now, people believe in the firmament and nothing leaves the earth. Nothing leaves, because it's a flat earth, and they got a bowl over it, a firmament over it. Well, I believe in that. There's a guy, I forgot his YouTube channel. but it's on Extreme Reality Check. It's on that as well because she mentioned it as well. Now this guy, he said he changed his filter over to like an infrared and looked at the sky. Now what it looked like, it was all patterned, all weird, like like not hieroglyphs, but patterns that you'd never seen. Really intricate patterns. It's all mathematically. It's mathematically patterns, mathematics patterns. If you can get what I'm saying, I can't get the words out, but that's what it was like. Some of you will understand what I'm saying, and that looks like, it really looked like as if that's true, right? And the flat Earth, because the flat Earth has got a little opening, and that's why Ronald Reagan used to say, people off-world, if off-world aliens sort of thing come onto Ireland, how our people would come together, and that's what he was getting at. And there's a few people who've said off-world because they know why do Prince Harry, um, the Orthodox man of the Russian Church, John Kerry, um, Vladimir Putin, and a few others all go, the Sultan of Brunei, all go to this place because that's where they're building. They are building now mansions and huts off-world. Admiral Byrd said there's a place the size of America that hasn't been explored. No, it has been explored, right? It has been explored because we're there now. We are shipping everything through there. But have you noticed? No, this is just one little proof of it, right? So there is so many people, so many countries have adhered to, we've adhered to this treaty, and nobody else has adhered to a treaty for so long, but yet this treaty is going along. Why? Because all these people, Norway, Britain, America, all these, Sweden, you know, they have all got this treaty going, and no one will break it because that's where all the elites are going to go, from Russia, from China, from everywhere. If it goes tits up on this planet, that's where they're all going to go. They're all going to get all the submarines and everything straight there, or all the ships. They're going to avoid every bit of nuclear, wherever it's nuclear, wherever it's poison, whatever. But we have got to be aware of that. That is where they're going. You might think this is mad. It's not mad. This is not mad. Believe me, it's not mad. This is true. Now, if you look, I can feel like my arms really dry now. See, because I hardly smoke it, but yeah, it's not mad. But I tell you what, it's scary because something is coming soon. I mean, just because the internet now, it's blowing up, and have you noticed all the sightings of alien aircraft? They're not off-world because nothing can get in, nothing can get out, but you can get through. There's a little gap. If you look at old maps, really old maps, when they thought the Earth was flat, right? When they thought the Earth was flat, no, because I'm saying the Earth's flat, the people will automatically switch off all flat Earth. No, there's a gap in that flat Earth because we are covered in ice all the way around, except for this little gap. Now that's where Admiral Byrd flew in. Now if you go to Admiral Byrd and check in, he'll say, well, past the poles, there's a place. Now this is what he was talking about. There's a place that hasn't been explored, and it's about the size of America. It's got so much coal, trees. It's got a temperate climate. Now that is the second sun. Remember we get all these second suns and all that, and double moons and things like that. These are just made up phenomena. These these know that these are coming from the second planet, let's say, from that whole where the other world, off-world entities come, and that's what they call it. Off-world entities are coming into ours. Now you've also got them coming, and we can't see them; they're invisible, right? But they are over our nuclear sites. There's a fella named Politi, or um, a Politi telescope. He's Italian. He inverted the lenses, right, and he found that he could see entities, and he checked out nuclear sites and sites of interest, and where he couldn't see them, where he was trying, and then sites of interest, he could see them everywhere. So you tell me that. You tell me that what's going on there. Try and debunk it. You can't debunk it. You really can't. But remember, Admiral Byrd said that. Now, loads of these countries have done that, have signed a treaty, and that's why you can't go there. The world is flat. Tell me why you can't get, if you look at the ball Earth, why can't you get a plane from Buenos Aires in Argentina or the Falkland Islands? You can't get a plane straight past Africa, going along through, straight through to Australia, because it's more or less in a straight line. You can't. You got to go up and down and then get a connecting flight. You can't do it, and you've got enough fuel in the plane. Why? Why do sat navs go off when they're down there? Answer these questions for me. If you think I'm stupid, answer them. Anyway, that's it for me now. I'm out. So take care, everybody, and please look into it. And I hope you've listened to it all and not Scoobied off, because this is big, and I know that what I'm saying is true. So if it is that true, I could just get a knock on my door. I don't know, but it is true. So be careful, everybody. Just do your research, and you'll come to the conclusions that I did. I'll try and find out the geezer's name, and when I do, I'll get it for you. And when I do get it for you, I will post it for you, and I'll say, look at this guy, what he done, because it was unbelievable, and it looks like crop circles. The patterns of it is like crop circles. It's like high density. So it's like high level mathematics. It's just so unbelievable. Stephen Hawkins and the brightest brains in the world would not be able to work them out. They could not work them out. You know? So it is really weird. So that's it now. Take care, everybody, and please look after yourselves. Okay, everybody, goodbye, and this is me out. Take care.